I finally made it out of the salt flats and wandered into the Sheraton in downtown Salt Lake City. I was then greeted by the judging team for the final GSL. Let's hear what they have to say.
It's great to have you all here. This event started in 1979 as a tiny, tiny local contest presented because the local club didn't. And that's really the genesis of this. And after that, we attracted some people from Idaho, southern Idaho, and Utah. It grew and grew and grew and acquired many people of high talents and dedication. And now we're at the end of it. We've decided, the trustees and I have decided, that we would rather present the last championship when we were at our best, when we were literally best able to present the most informative, interesting, capable, and diverse show possible. We would rather go out, as the poet said, with a bang, not a whimper. And that's the reason we're here. So I'll also like to introduce Bob Wick, who's a longtime associate of mine, and Jim Fernandez equally. We're the three judges at GSL this year. We were told, I think by Tim Klankowitz, he told somebody, that there may be as many as 500 models in competition, which is about a 40% increase over the prior greatest number. So we are humbled by that, and we will dedicate the time. We typically work throughout the entire night, starting about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We have been known to pull in, drag into the awards brunch after that, frankly, just dragging in the door. I think Steve's been aware of that one in the past. So it's great to have you all here. There are many more that will show up in the next couple of days. We have seminars aplenty. The registration packet has the schedule. I would urge you to attend and look at the presentation of the Links project, which after 38 consecutive hard years involving people from 3 continents and 4 countries is presented this year down there because of the design and layout skills of Bob and Jim Fernandez. It'd be a great project. There are other seminars. We're going to be revealing some things about the museum. We're going to have a retrospective on GSL in this room, so do check your schedule. There are some.
So here we are, GSL. This is what's going on. This is registration. So what they do is they photograph the models before you put them on the table, which takes some time. And that's the long. Way down there. There's Bob. That's my spot. Yeah. It's Bob Jernigan setting up his car right there. It's making him not so nervous. It's going to be beautiful. There's a blue. There's nothing. Just got our cars down. It is going to get full in here.
I cast this rubber tire in, and now I used this rubber to cast the tire. So I made a rigid mold and rubber tire.
I lost your wheel mark where this was. Very nice. Wow,
I had to cast up a tire that was on a revival Fiat, those little white tires, and it went all to hell, so I had another
saved the
one.
cap, took all the wires out of it, go back on.
I used it for a mold, but I stuck an O-ring in the inside of the tire. And then put the casting fluid on there, and I just cut it over the top, so that when I pulled out the tire, I could pull out the O-ring, put it in, and put in the casting material, and I had a hollow tire.
Yeah. Easy to wire.
That's right.
You want to narrate?
It worked.
Work of art. It is a work of art.
That way I
This
could
is
have
amazing.
a rubber tire with
That's just a wood carving.
It's a wood carving.
Mold for distributors.
That's solid. And you can make another one.
The holes already.
You should make a couple of these.
I started out making stuff so I could make kits.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through now, I'm making kits.
So you sit there and you gnaw away on it, or do you have a
No,
part of
I-
it?
I-
the top with the Sharpie
That's one of
black
my main
Sharpie.
hobbies is wood carving.
Okay, that's a skill on its own.
Have you thought about making any of the other ones? I mean, you could do a road agent.
I just laid in bed the other night, I was thinking, I think I can make a And, yeah, the ones I've got
I
are.
think I can make
Well,
that.
The Outlaw seems it would be harder.
It's in the Museum of Speed. And
Yeah, but now he knows how to do
There's
it.
several
Yeah.
people have made reproductions of those.
I'm wondering about that as a reproduction.
That was amazing.
I don't know who has the
Totally
original.
amazing.
Peterson maybe has. I don't know who has the original. But the museum up in Reno, Hemmings, Herring.
Herod?
They had
They
the
had
original,
it, and it's,
but then they sold.
right.
So I think Peterson ended up with. Anyway, there's 2 or 3 really good reproductions of that.
Yeah, I've seen one in.
There's lots of pictures of that one. Lots of pictures of the Beatnik Bandits. So I might someday start making another one. But this is my baby here.
That's, an acrylic.
Yeah.
It's
Some
wonderful.
guys have success.
You said that the pins, or someone, you said the pinstriping was chart
And
pack tape?
it's, of course, really, really hard,
Perfect.
and
64.
polish is really
Yeah.
nice.
I've got some clear resin that
I was
will
in the
dry
oil
really
business.
clear,
And
but
I know
it
chart
takes
pack tape
I was
too.
too.
a couple of weeks before it's
And
They made our
hard
maps.
and
Where'd
not
you work?
sticky.
Well, I was with Phillips Petroleum.
And then you have to do a
worked out
lot
in
of
California
sanding.
my whole career.
No,
Independent.
no,
There's
it comes
no
out as,
different-
If you ever wanted to know what serious model car stuff looks like, I mean, it was like,
I wonder if this holds the same amount as these glass ones. In fact, the glass one's bigger. Oh, it's way bigger.
he's totally screwing up my video.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, we'll give it a bite.
Somebody left this here.
I know, so that was, this dude just left this in Bob's
Just left
room. He said we could take these pieces. I'm trying to figure out which one.
Trying to figure out where they go on the car.
No. There's no instructions.
Nope.
Look at that. Oh, I just broke it.
Oh, darn. This is a canopy right here. That's a
I
canopy
know.
waiting to happen.
I know that. I was wondering where this fits on the
Oh.
model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, and what does it do? We'll go over here. I finished it off.
All that stuff goes in that somewhere.
It's a Foos or ESOF 69.
I gotta get a picture of it too. Good idea.
So I have a question. I've used these pens for years, and the problem I always had with them is when you start using them, the ink they just stop, especially when you're on like different kind of surfaces, like this kind of surface.
This is like my 10th.
Well, no, I mean I couldn't even do like 3 squigglies before you got to like put it on paper to get it working again.
When I'm drawing,
Yes, because I use one of those
Yeah.
on the bench that I have to use paper to get it to go.
what I did, I get the surface. So what happens is that the paint begins to adhere to the tip. So what I did, I cleared it a little bit of satin, because so the marker will still go on the satin.
Okay, so you put a tooth
but
on
the
it.
But the paint will not go on the marker. And every time I'm drawing, you see my hand, I'm always doing this.
You're rotating.
I'm
Yeah,
rotating,
that's
rotating,
what you do on a
rotating,
pen. Yeah,
rotating.
yeah, you
That's-
keep it rotating.
That's
Yeah.
what I did.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Glad you're not in my class.
Remember Novell did that too. They had those clear bodies that had metal flake in them.
Yeah.
And we were graving Sparkadelic, you know, and we could never get it to work. And the other thing we couldn't get to work was the purge flask. Remember the early promos where they would have one color and shift to another one, and it comes out with all this mottled stuff the Chinese couldn't figure out how to do, or it just freaked them out.
see, if I didn't know any better, I would look at that and say it got popped too soon and work after it got out of the mold.
No, I think it flowed like that, and it was so loaded metallic to do that, and that's why you see those.
Wow.
The steering system is. And if you saw the real steering system, it's genius. It's absolutely genius. It works. Worked well. A drag racer. Who's the big drag racer in the 60s? The big drag
Garlits?
Garlits.
Yeah.
Said to starboard, I'll pay you $500 if you'll drive that car down a drag strip in Texas somewhere. Because I don't think you can do it. And starboard said, okay. Took the bubble off because it was just too damn hot. And drove the car down there 110 miles an hour.
Wow.
Using stick steering with 4 carburetor handles. And they was coming back, stick steering, I think right was, and then on the return road, he's weaving the carburetor and Garlet's gun on the PA system. See, I won the money, starboard can't return the car. So starboard and I said, I did that on purpose for you. We've got little bits of video and a complete photo record of that whole thing. He trainered it in a trainer towed by, remember these blue 59 Buick? Accessible Buick he did? He towed it there. Wow. And backed it out of this fabric trainer and put it on drag strip. At that time, this door had been damaged, and you can tell the color's wrong. Somebody back then had done something awful. When the car was being towed for monograms back to starboard after these measurements, the driver was on the metal trailers inside, towed by whatever. The driver lost control, and the thing slid into a ditch and ripped the crap out of that side of the car. So Daryl got it back, and the first thing he had to do was fix the volume break. Fix the door at that point. The door didn't fit to begin with, according to Dan.
Well, I couldn't get them installed in the car yet. There's a lot of handling in the
Yeah. Yeah.
and they looked like.
Yeah.
So I thought I was really proud of how I was able to get the seams in.
No, it looks wonderful.
Yeah. I took pictures when I was done.
Is this the one 19?
2019.
Or the one that you and I took pictures of and brought it over? Because I did the pictures of it.
Yes, I still have
Okay.
pictures.
How long did it take you to make it?
I'm not sure. When I started building it, it was just to do an article to do a, in fact, just that, and Jim Hott had said, don't build the car, just show to do the conversion. We don't have enough room for you. That's cool. I like limits. I need limits. And then after we agreed to do the roof, it's like, well, I've made a roof and I've made a conversion. I'll just play around with it. Sure. What do you want?
Inside of the roof?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
A friend of mine, Dave Carnavale. He's got had a really nice Manx. Unfortunately, he just got totaled. He provided me with a ton of Volkswagen roof interior shots and textures.
Yeah. And the bottom of the model?
No, it's not clean. It's a driver.
Yeah. That's it's cool. Just the right amount.
Yeah. I wish I could say my real cars are kept this clean. Get you going there. There you go.
Thank you.
You hand build the wheels?
Yes. But it's just a master. And then they resin. But milling them out of resin, I used to mill out of aluminum because that's just how I was thinking. And I started playing around PVC and resin. And the PVC is really nice. It's kind of like butter with butter, but it has some weird properties. It gets it's not a chatter, but it leaves something behind, and you can't sand and polish it to remove the tool marks. The resin you can sand it and finish it. It's much more workable material. So typically when my resin's starting to get a little iffy, I've got all these molds of flat things and a lot of spray caps, and just mix up a whole bunch, high pressure cast it. I've got more than I could probably ever turn, but I feel like I'm not wasting my resin if I turn it into solid instead of throwing away slush.
It's legal to dispose of it when it's solid too.
Mark, are they going to do the cruising for?
Yes, Rusty Price just told me that there's nothing on the website for some reason. But
Are they going to have it back in Orange County?
It's always been in Orange County.
Yeah, well, that 1 year after COVID, they didn't have it, right?
Yeah, as long as we have it, it's in Orange County.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah, it's at the fairgrounds still. It was last year.
Was it last year? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was kind of a low turnout, I think.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it's still in building.
And adding little vents and little touches. I also built fans in the very front as well. So adding those little things, but the one part I didn't get around to, even though there is some detailing in the engine, I didn't go super crazy with
Behind the scenes at the Model Car Muse. Say something funny.
Funny.
This is not your first rodeo either.
Something funny.
I know it. Come over here. We're gonna just follow me. This is what I want. All right. Are you going somewhere? You got 3 minutes to tell me about your car.
Yeah, I started that model in about 2006. In fact, when I came here in 2007, I was telling people about it. Yeah. It took until, well, earlier this week to
Now.
Yeah, it's all brass frame. And those are Revel parts back Cadillac motors.
It's awesome.
And lots of machine parts. I made my own tires and slicks. And they have machined titanium rims on them, rim lips on the front. The wheel centers on the back are Revel parts back. The wheel centers in the front were some 3D printed ones I bought off eBay.
So how does it work?
Well, one engine would be reversed so that they would run together. And there would be gears inside of that sort of central bell housing to send the drive to the rear. So it's got, that's a hydromatic, from that's out of the EMT Willis kit. And then I've got these stainless torque tubes to connect everything up. So pretty conventional rear axle, Calran. The axle tubes on that are machined stainless. And yeah, I just kind of, the sides of the cockpit are sheet titanium.
Titanium.
Yeah. Well, work for a big medical device manufacturer. Every once in a while, they do clean outs of materials. Somebody brought a big cart full of all kinds of material to the machine shop and said, "Yeah, we're cleaning out our engineering workshop, so you guys want to do this?" And I looked at it and it's like 10,000 thick titanium sheet. Yeah, I'll bring some of that.
Ka-ching.
Yeah. And so,
Are the wheels machined titanium? They look like
the rims.
The rims, yeah.
Yeah, the rims are.
Oh.
The center is Revel parts back.
Okay.
The floor piece, that's some stainless steel shim stock. Yeah, and I made up this crazy
Drain plugs.
steering.
I like your exhaust system.
The exhaust is really cool.
It's believable.
Yeah, the individual pipes are soldered. They're bent very nicely, and the collectors on them I machined. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot
Is the
of
steering
fun.
posable?
Very slightly. It doesn't really work very well. I was supposed to have working suspension because the spring in the center actually will flex.
Yeah.
But after I put in the shocks and everything else, it just it wasn't working that great. So it's static now. Yeah.
So the mystery of how it works is simply gears.
Yeah,
It has gears. It has gears.
It has gears.
Okay, I approve of that. Well, we'll just say it has gears in it.
Okay, I was here for GSL in '81.
Yeah.
When Mark won with the Merc.
Yeah.
And I was judging it. And I looked at the engine, and it had headers coming off of it, but then the pipes went into the firewall. And then at the back, it had a tailpipe coming out of the body or out of the floor. I said, "Mark, where's your exhaust system?" He said, "It's concealed."
Gears.
It's concealed.
It's concealed.
So I have concealed gears inside there.
Okay, I approve.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, there's copyright videotape trademark issues. We have something going on, buddy.
Do you have anything else to say?
Just contact my attorney if you would.
Okay, Mark?
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, let Mark know.
Oh, we're like this. You're in trouble. I'm suing you now.
That's Jay, and this is his Camaro. What is this?
Well, this is a 69 Camaro Harrier jet car. It does approximately 430 knots at 30,000 feet. And it does have a vanity mirror for the ladies in the passenger seat. Okay. Yeah. So.
And that's it? It has seat belts.
9 months, 9-month build, over 2,000 hours. I just woke up one morning and said I want to build a 69 Harrier jet car, and
started on that.
Yeah, the rear suspension, front suspension are from the kit. Everything, the body obviously from the kit. Everything else basically scratch. It is, I'm a graphic artist from school. I'm a journeyman carpenter, master mechanic. And so it's plumbed and wired aviation correct. If you could build the car, it would actually fly. You want me to show the underside, Tim?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna be the same way, buddy. You built that one, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I was gonna say.
And it's my. This actually is my first model since I was, I don't know, 8 years old or whatever the case might be.
Fantastic.
Retractable landing gear. Here are the Harrier exhaust. Every nut and bolt was added. Oxygen tank, NOS back there, the electronics, the amp with all the fuses, breakers, etc. Actuating motors for the retractable landing gear. There's a radar scope for aviation. Landing lights, fog and landing. That's vertical landing light. Obviously exhaust. I had to decide for controls if I was just going to keep a solid steering wheel, but because you can drive it and fly, there's a stick on the column and a throttle on the driver's side door. Fuel balancer, fuel pump, hydraulic tank for the transmission, dual fuel filter, ejection sheet, harness, seat belts, a first aid kit,
And flip-flops.
and flip-flops. 6 volt battery for the Harrier, 12 volt up front, oxygen generator, computer, assist.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's got some gears too.
It's got some gears, yeah. It's got some gears. Shit, I don't know what else.
Man, thanks so much for sharing that.
No, thank you, brother. Thank
It's
you.
an awesome model.
I'd like to thank Jeff Jones, Daniel Valencia, Mark Gustafson, Mark Jones, Andy Martin, and Jay Coburn for sharing their model cars with us. We are just getting started with GSL coverage. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe because I have even more GSL model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.